Should they or shouldn't they? Hey, Jeff, should the Patriots want Bill Belichick to be their coach next season?
As the head coach, yes. As the general manager, no. So, yeah, I think they should keep him around as the head coach, bring somebody in to help put this team back together with the talent they need. That's the part they've been lacking. Too many different things you're being asked to do as the head coach, but as the head coach, I'm keeping him.
Do you honestly see that, however, as a tenable situation where no way,
not
right?
at all.
Yeah, I mean he has been in charge of literally everything in that program from the beginning.
I respect the heck out of it.
Kmart, you're next. Should the Bears trade Justin Fields?
Greeny, they should not.
There we go.
But I keep being told they will. Just from other people in the league, they think that you should reset the rookie contract. But this kid is so talented, and you bring in Caleb Williams, let's just say. What are you surrounding him with? You're going to put him in the same position that you put Justin in. Develop these guys. Build around them. You see other teams doing it. Why not do the same thing, Chicago?
It's a big question. Finally, Swagu, we got the big game Monday night. Should Lamar Jackson be the MVP favorite if he beats Brock Purdy and the 49ers?
Yes, Lord. Yes, he should. I think he's the MVP right now after Dak went and laid an egg in Buffalo. But if he beats Brock Purdy and the 49ers, as much as we talk about how good the 49ers are, he should be the front runner.
Well, it's interesting. So not only will this game decide a lot on the field, it may very well wind up deciding who the MVP is. You see the odds on the ESPN Bet app. Purdy and Lamar are 1 and 2. Purdy, as you see, is odds on as we speak. Purdy's teammate also on this graphic here. He's down there with Josh Allen, and Dak Prescott still in the middle of all of that. Kmart, I'll come to you here. Should Lamar Jackson be the MVP favorite if he wins on Monday night?
If we're being honest, Lamar should have been on this list from the beginning. We should have been talking about Lamar since the beginning of the season. And I think it's because unfairly, he took a lot of heat for how the Ravens were playing, guys dropping passes, them almost playing with their foot a little bit, needing overtime to beat teams that this is a team that should have started the season undefeated, right? But when you think about the quarterbacks and the questions that you have about quarterbacks, can he rally his team? Can he be an authentic leader? Can he have signature moments on big stages? Well, if you're going to knock Brock Purdy for some of those things, Lamar Jackson checks all of those boxes. He is elusive, he is dynamic, and he's still dynamic to the point where his current teammates, Marlon Humphrey talked about, you know what, he's so good that now we're kind of desensitized to him. It's almost like a Patrick Mahomes effect where it's like, oh, Lamar made an outstanding play. Cool, because you expect it, because he's that good.
He is good.
It's interesting to me, Jeff, because during the offseason, I kept saying the most interesting story is going to be what this offense looks like with Todd Monken, coordinating and how different it has been. And then, candidly, we haven't talked a lot that much about it. They've just been winning. Their defense has been playing great. There's been almost maybe it is sort of a taking it for granted. I can't put my finger on it. When people who aren't watching it say, how good is this Ravens offense right now? How well is Lamar playing? What's the answer?
He's playing fantastic. And it's a top 5 offense. I mean, so when you look at this offense, in whatever category you look at, they can run the ball, they can throw the ball, they can do all those kinds of things. I think the issue when you start talking about the MVP, for me at least, would be from whether he beats the 49ers this weekend or not. I would tell you, from my perspective, Tyreek Hill and McCaffrey are probably the 2 top in my book. You look at Christian McCaffrey, 1,800 yards from scrimmage, 300 yards. That's 300 yards more than the second best guy, right? When you look at Lamar's numbers, he'll have, let's say he's got 17 touchdowns right now. Let's say he finishes with 25 or 28 touchdowns. Like the numbers don't jump off the page, and that's the problem with the quarterbacks this season, in my opinion. I know it's a quarterback award that everybody wants to give, but if Tyreek Hill sets the NFL record or CMC keeps doing what he's doing, that's where I'm going.
The Jets ruined that this weekend by allowing the Dolphins to score 30 points without Tyreek Hill, making him seem less valuable. No, I agree with you. If ever there was a year that maybe we could give the award to a non-quarterback, I've heard people suggesting it, and those 2 would be the obvious ones. Right this minute, Marcus, who would get your vote? If you were voting for MVP right now, who would you vote for?
It would be Lamar Jackson for me. And it's hard for me not to say Brock Purdy. But look, as much as we get into the conversation, I think Brock Purdy is phenomenal. He absolutely should be 1 or 2 in people's opinion about the MVP. But to me, with Lamar Jackson, I've said this for years, though. Outside, if it wasn't for Patrick Mahomes, I would not consider anybody more valuable to their team, winning and success, than Lamar Jackson. Think about what we're talking about, y'all. We just talked about Jalen Hurts being with new offensive coordinators and a new situation, and we see Philly struggling. We talked about Brock Purdy in those 3-game span when he lost his guys. Mark Andrews ain't played now for a long time. Yeah. And I don't know if y'all don't know how important that is to Lamar Jackson and those touchdown numbers and his ability to probably be even more explosive offensively. But that's a big deal to me, the fact that they're still able to do what they've been doing. And lastly, like when you go into M&T Bank Stadium or when you playing the Baltimore Ravens, the conversation starts with number 8, okay? And this is the thing. If you were to poll defensive coordinators, and I know people about to have a visceral reaction, but I like setting things on fire. Sometimes it's fun to watch as long as nobody gonna get hurt. If you do a game plan for the San Francisco 49ers, it does not start with Brock Purdy. I'm sorry, that is the truth. It won't start, his name won't be first. They will talk about, we got to make sure we contain Christian McCaffrey. We can't let Deebo Samuel get the run after the catch in advantageous situations. This offensive line, we got to handle this defensive line. When it comes to the Baltimore Ravens, it starts with number 8. And I think that's how you determine value. And then he's lost what I think is still his best piece, even though we talk about all of the talent now that he's surrounded with. It's Lamar Jackson for me, man.
I feel like at least the last 4 weeks in a row, it has changed based on the weekend's results.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Just wait a week. The odds are going to change. Jeff, what are the chances Russell Wilson and the Broncos win a playoff game?
0.05 is where I'm going. I don't even know that they make the playoffs, but winning a playoff game as well, I have dramatically dropped that to a 0.05 percentage in my mind.
They were everybody's darling a couple of weeks ago, and then suddenly it has fallen off. That's a good point. Not yours, and certainly not now. Kmart, you are next. What are the chances the Bills win the AFC?
Ooh. Win the AFC?
Yes.
68%.
That's very high.
You know what? Okay. They are a dangerous team, but again, they're still the Ravens and they're still the Chiefs. I give credit to Buffalo, but I still think other teams have a better chance.
Picked the Ravens.
You just gave them a 68% chance.
Well, okay.
No one can have a higher
told
number.
no math.
Wait, hold on, Cindy. I'm sorry. We have to explore this for a minute. Hold on. Just come out to us.
You know what?
Kmart, you just said two other teams have a better chance. You just gave them a 68% chance.
I know.
She was told no math.
Listen, Linda.
She on the scale of 200.
I think the Ravens are going to the Super Bowl. That was my preseason pick. I want to pick
200%.
it. I want to stay with the Ravens, but I also understand that Josh Allen and the Bills, they are scary. I want all these teams to get in the playoffs. I want all these teams to win.
But
please stop. I'm just trying to.
But the math doesn't add up, is all we're trying to say.
Hey, it's just a 200% scale. Just tell them it's a 200% scale.
Just leave me alone, guys. Just leave me alone.
Swagu, I'll come to you. How about your Cowboys? Let's talk about it. What are the chances they win the NFC East? Uh-oh. Oh, I'm totally lost Marcus. Well, I'll tell you, he was going to say only 10%. And here's the bottom line of it. Here are the things. Let me run down here as we hopefully will get Marcus back because we're going to do security in a moment here. I will run through for you exactly what the Cowboys need to have happen to win the division. They not only need the Eagles to lose at least one game against the Giants, but the Cowboys need to win, and that's the problem. The Eagles may very well lose a game to the Giants, but Marcus, you know the Cowboys have a tough schedule playing out this season, so that I would think factors into the confidence.
It's absolutely a part of the conversation with the Dallas Cowboys on the road, having to deal with good teams down the stretch. We don't know what they're going to be. And I still maybe I know I'm not alone, but I just can't believe the Philadelphia Eagles going to play this way for the rest of the way, especially having some games where they can almost kind of get right. But the Cowboys right now are a good football team, a playoff football team, and can on any given Sunday play well and at a higher level as anybody in the league. But the concern is what their history is. And their history doesn't tell us that they are going to answer the bell when it's necessary to answer the bell at critical times.